Okay, so about 3 minutes ago, yet another tornado warning issued. Does not surprise me. We are seeing a lot of rotation, and these storms are moving to the east so quickly. By the time you report on one of these tornado warnings for a few minutes, it's already moving over different territory, right? So we have this previous tornado warning that's probably going to be allowed to expire at 11:15 because these storms have been racing east. And then we have a new tornado warning that goes until 11:30 now, and this is in Miami-Dade County. And as you see some of the rotation here, look at this rotation. You know, this is where the green is touching the red. That is definitely a sign of rotation. And here's that other storm cell a little farther to the south. So we have a couple of these here, and they are moving towards the north and east pretty rapidly. So we're going to zoom in a little bit more. And again, it's where the green and red kind of wrap around each other. That's called a couplet here. And this is where we are seeing storms that are rotating. There's one right there to the north of Vanderbilt Park. There's downtown Miami, and as you go west along the Dolphin Expressway here and kind of hook up with Chrome Avenue, or sorry, not Chrome Avenue, but the Turnpike, you're seeing rotation through here, and then again that second little round of rotation right in through here. So when you go ahead and pause it, again, you see the red and the green touching. I want to go ahead and put it back into motion. And then we're going to go ahead and put the radar back on. There's that tornado watch again until 11:30. And I want to give you some locations that are potentially impacted here with this new tornado warning that came out. And again, this one is moving so fast right now to the northeast at 40 miles per hour. So locations impacted include Miami, Hialeah, Coral Gables, South Miami. So we're talking about some populated areas now. Kendall, let's see here. We got Kendall in there, Doral, Miami. Lakes, Hialeah Gardens, Miami Springs, Sweetwater, West Miami, Medley, Westchester, Fontainebleau, Kendall Lakes, downtown Miami, Coral Terrace, Olympia Heights, Sunset, and Marlins Park. Of course, the Kendall Lakes one, I think, is a little far enough to the south and west that we might be getting out of it here. Again, there is Kendall Lakes. I think you are just about to see some of this being trimmed back. So again, let's go ahead and put that velocity and spin back on here. I mean, this tells us the whole story. Again, there you see that rotation right along the turnpike here north of Kendall Lakes. There's that one spin. And then, of course, we're seeing another spin in here as it works off towards the north and east. Let's get in there again. Let's really zoom in on this. And again, there's that one to the north. This is why that tornado warning is rather large as it works off towards the north and east. You can see Hialeah on this map and downtown Miami definitely kind of right in the way of all this. So we're going to pause here and then put it back into motion. We're going to throw the radar on there again. And there's that tornado watch, which does include parts of downtown Miami. I'm going to step off the screen here for a moment and just see what our NWS chat, this is our partners at the National Weather Service here. So they have a lot of folks monitoring this system as well. I'm just going to jump in and see what these guys are saying about these tornado warnings. Let's see here. Basically when that new warning came out, they were monitoring that other spin just to the west of Doral pretty closely here. Again, we're not seeing any reports from the National Weather Service of actual tornadoes on the ground. We are getting some reports, though, of small branches down in some areas here. But again, not seeing any ground truth yet. And of course, if you do see anything, and by the way, that hook is still well defined here. We just got another update here from Sammy from the National Weather Service. This hook that you look at on the radar still well defined just south of MIA. So let's go ahead and jump back on the radar and see if we can see exactly what we're talking about here with that one. So I'm just going to go ahead and back up a couple of frames here. And, there we go. That is showing up very well there. So exactly what are we talking about when they said that hook? You can see it. You can see that right in through here. And this is very near the airport, okay? So you can see that little hook. I mean, this is definitely some strong rotation right in through there. And I'm actually going to back up a couple of frames here because I might be able to get zoomed in on this even a little bit more here. So I'm just going to take it back a couple of frames. There we go. I'm going to zoom right on in. All right, this is about as close as I can get for right now. And again, this is the area that we're talking about with that southernmost spin. And then, of course, there's some spin up and through here as well. Again, where green touches red. If you're looking at this map and you're like, what is this? Where green is touching red, this is, again, where we have most of the rotation right now. So a cell to the north, a cell to the south, both of these moving to the northeast very, very quickly. So again, there's that tornado warning. You know, these thunderstorms are very quickly getting towards the edge of this tornado warned area. I'm going to step off one more time and see if we have any additional information from the National Weather Service as far as actual reports. Looks like we got a new severe thunderstorm warning, but that's out across Palm Beach County. So nothing really new coming in, you know, as far as other reports than just, you know, some tree branches out, that sort of thing. So these have all mostly been tornado indicated tornado warnings, not actual tornadoes on the ground, which is certainly how you want to get these tornado warnings. Okay, so I just wanted to see that one more time. I'm going to go through this stack one more time, everybody, and maybe actually while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and click on this here and actually just stay off screen a little bit. There's that circulation to the north. Sometimes it's a little easier just to kind of do this in real time. There's that circulation to the north. And I'm going to step back on, then we're going to talk about the one a little farther to the south here. So there we go. So there's Miami Lakes, there's Hialeah. You can see this one area of rotation working through, maybe beginning to lose that really defined kind of hook, that little rotation that you can see with the red and green. Now we're going to kind of zoom a little bit farther to the south and kind of check out that one a little closer to MIA. And this is looking like the healthier of the two for sure, which is, you know, definitely not what we want to hear right now. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in there, step back on screen, and this is what we're talking about. Okay, see, there's the green, there's the red, and you can actually see a little bit of a hook in through here, right? So this is getting towards downtown Miami. All right, this is you know, showing well-defined rotation, and this is why, again, we have that tornado warning across that region. I'm going to go ahead and take this off for now, and I'm going to go ahead and slide some radar. And you got to bear with me here as I kind of step back and forth. Let's see if we can get this system to wake up a little bit. And in the meantime, while it's still spinning and the system is trying to give me control again, there we go. Now it's giving me a little bit of control. I just wanted to stop it. Let's go ahead now. I'm going to go ahead and bring the radar right to this spot here. So I'm going to zoom in right here. So we're doing this in real time. Again, there's that spin to the north. Excuse me, showing very well, very strong rotation here just before. I'm going to actually back up here. So here's this one, okay? So I'm backing up in time. There's 1107. Check it out at the top of the screen. You can see that rotation here going towards Hialeah and then weakening a little bit. Definitely a little bit more well-defined as it was pushing through, losing a little bit of its rotation. The system a little farther to the south. We're going to kind of zoom in here now. I'm going to go ahead and save this image, and then I'm going to put some radar right on top of this. So just bear with me for a second here as I do this in real time. And by the way, there is that one and only tornado warning right now. They did cancel the other one, which makes sense. It really does, considering, you know, that looks like that rotation was moving out of there. So we're going to go ahead and do this here. So again, we're going to get back to that rotation there in downtown Miami. And then we're going to kind of superimpose the radar on top of here. And I'm going to remove a couple of these fields so it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. I know it's hard when you have all these different colors on the map here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove just a little bit of what you're dealing with here. I'm going to take this little query off that shows where the warning is, and I'm going to go ahead and do that and kind of zoom in on that area. Sometimes you can actually see, just on the naked radar alone, sometimes you can actually see where that rotation is. So this is our Doppler radar, okay? We're going to zoom right in on Miami. And you can actually see that couplet right here. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. We're going to go ahead and stop this. And I'm going to take you right through it here. So this is 1116 where we are. I'm going to take you a little bit back in time, okay? You see that? That is showing up really clearly. I'm going to go ahead and save this again. And we're going to put this into motion. And you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so that's 1110. As we go further in time, you can kind of see that little appendage right in through there, okay? So we're going to take that, and then put the spin right on top of there. And we're going to see exactly how this is looking. You can see that little area kind of sticking north, right? And then we look here, we put it into motion, and you'll see the very same thing here. So there's downtown Miami. You see the red and the green kind of working right across, right? So this is the latest thunderstorm cell that probably has me the most concerned because it is the most well-defined. Again, there's the actual radar. We're going to kind of go back and forth on this here, and you'll see what we're talking about. And then again, I'm just going to kind of superimpose. See that? Again, I'm just going to jump back out on screen. This is the part we're talking about, that little curvature in there. Okay, so as we again take that through time, you're going to see that moving to the northeast towards Miami. You can see that. It does flatten out a little bit, which is okay, right? I mean, definitely not a bad thing to see that. And then as we look at the rotation again, we're just going to kind of zoom in here and kind of put this back into motion. And again, we're talking about, the downtown Miami area. So there we go, putting it back into motion. Definitely some rotation in there again, right in through here. There we go, right in through here. All right, I'm going to check the Weather Service offices and see if any new information is coming in on this. We can get this in real time. And let's see if we've got anything new coming in. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, thunderstorm warning for Broward and Miami-Dade continues. That's the new information coming in there. Let's see here. Let's see, 11:15, that old tornado warning expired. We talked about that already. Not seeing any additional information coming in from the National Weather Service office here, just saying that this tornado warning, the new tornado warning, is still in effect. Let's see if some new information just came in. Let's see, getting some good news. North Coral Gables, Westchester Homestead situation clearing, talking about a lot of power outages, though, across that region. And again, the only other thing that we have going on right now, outside of this tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning remaining in effect until 11:30, that will expire and possibly may get reissued. And by the way, with 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail, still possible here with that. So anyway, let's get back to the radar. Let's keep looking at this and see if we can glean anything new. We're going to put this into motion. And I mean, look, the good news with this, we have to say, is that hook that was pretty well defined there just a few moments ago has relaxed a little bit. I'm going to save this image, and then I'm going to put the rotation on right behind it here. And I'm going to basically cancel out a couple other images, and we're just going to kind of go back and forth and see how these two are looking here just for the time being. So I'm going to step back on screen. Just wanted to set this up for us again. The thunderstorm cell that we're most concerned about is this one. Very heavy rain, by the way, pushing into Miami. So look, even though it looks like that rotation may have cleaned up a little bit for us, this is bright red. This is very heavy rain. Gusty winds. We're talking about winds gusting 60 miles per hour. And I just want to show one more image again. Definitely looking a little bit better. It's hard to find that well-defined hook here. Yes, so I got the control room talking to me. Yes, sir. Ryan, can you hear me? We've got Ryan Phillips calling in. Ryan, do you hear me?
Hey, Adam. Good morning.
I can hear you a little bit here. So see if we can. We're going to try and turn you up a little bit on my IFB here. What you got for me, my friend?
Well, what we're watching still is the continuation of this warning. The National Weather Service has been ahead of this, and one thing that viewers may have noticed over the course of the morning hours are these areas that are under warnings are quite wide. They're quite large, and the reason for that is, of course, as Adam, as you've mentioned, these storms are moving very swiftly. So we have to have to cast a wide net in order for folks to be on the ready because the storms are moving so fast. That said, this particular line is probably at this point outrunning, the warning area. But the latest radar scans, certainly looks that maybe the tornado threat, not the gusty wind threat, but maybe the tornado threat is diminishing just a touch there in eastern and east central Miami-Dade County, just now moving outside of the warning area. But up and down I-95 now, and then heading to the east, and we're talking about Midtown, Biscayne Park, up to Miami Shores, and even up to North Miami Beach. We're going to watch this carefully as this line is advancing so swiftly, Adam, as we put this into motion here. We're watching these storms. And you may notice, though, not a lot of thunderstorm activity. Here in Broward County, where I'm residing, A few rumbles of thunder, a little bit of lightning. But, Adam, this is strictly a function of the twists and the turning in the unsettled atmosphere. It's not necessarily maybe a traditional thunderstorm that you're thinking of, but these rapidly rotating small-scale spin-ups. That's what we're tracking this afternoon, and they're moving quick, and we just need to get through the next probably 20 minutes here, and then we'll be able to clear most of east central Miami-Dade County from this tornado warning threat. But as it stands right now, let's see, it looks like we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning that's come in for Miami-Dade County, so let me go jump back, and we'll take a wider look here. This will take us until 11:45. There must be a smaller one in there. Yeah, until 11:45 this morning. So the tornado warning there in red, encompassing a good portion of central and west central Miami-Dade County. The line of storms quickly outrunning that, but a broader severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for east central Miami-Dade County until 11:45. So, Adam, a survey of sky cams around the area, the skies are ominous, but right now our main threat focus in Miami-Dade County in particular from downtown Miami up the I-95 corridor into northeast Miami-Dade. So if you're watching, you're thinking, okay, Ryan, Adam, what do we do? Your best bet right now, hold tight, inside, away from the windows, preferably an interior room, maybe a bathroom, and let's just let this threat pass because it's going to pass quickly, and we'll be on to a safe and quiet afternoon. Adam, let me toss it back into you.
And Ryan, I want to keep you on the phone here. If you can, I know you're controlling Max right now. If you can kind of go back to the radar, let's zoom in on Miami, and you could see there was, you had the Weather Service office really showing that well-defined couplet. See if you can go back in time a little bit on it. I mean, that was very well-defined. Looks like it has flattened out for now, but if you can kind of go back a little bit for me, look at that. I mean, I don't know if the control room can put me on air at the same time. It might be a little easier if they do that. I can actually kind of touch that couplet. They're going to try and do it. This is what the Weather Service was talking about as well. There you go. So right in through there, you can see. There you go. Right in through there. Very well-defined little hook and rotation in there. So Ryan, what I'm seeing here over the last few minutes is that kind of flattening out and maybe some of that really intense rotation. You can see it right in through there. I know the control room is trying to put me on air here at the same time so I can actually kind of circle that spot. But you've got it perfectly there. You know exactly what we're talking about. So you can see it right where you see the 826 number east of Tamiami. There you go. So that's that little hook right in through there. This is what the Weather Service was concerned about, right? But you're right, Ryan, this thing is moving to the northeast so quickly. There it is right in through here, kind of losing a little bit of that signature. And this entire line of showers and thunderstorms, actually, you're right though, more rain than lightning, is almost now on the other side of that tornado warning. And that tornado warning actually extends pretty far back. That just shows you how quickly, some of these thunderstorms are moving on through. And I know we had another circulation a little farther to the north. To my eyes, it's looking like some of that circulation waning a bit, but we're probably going to get a bunch of reports of wind damage with a lot of this as that line is kind of bowing out, which is really indicative of some strong winds. We've had a few reports coming in. Sometimes there's a little delay with getting some of these reports in. But that's what I'm seeing on my side. What are you seeing, as far as some of this rotation is going that I pointed out? Flattening out a little bit?
Yeah, most definitely, Adam.
Yeah.
Starting to flatten out here, and I'm still watching, just like you are, the background chatter with our partners at the National Weather Service. A few bullet points here for you, Adam. One contact I was quickly in touch with in the West Kendall area. They said it came on quick, strong, sudden, really gusty winds. No damage in their vicinity. This is just west of 147th and southwest 88th in the West Kendall Hammocks area. We have a fellow NBC colleague from NBC Boston currently at MIA waiting out, just like everybody else, waiting out this line to pull through. And so I imagine that I haven't checked with the FAA, I imagine a ground stop is most certainly in effect right now, Adam. And additionally to that, we should note that the National Weather Service office in southwest Miami-Dade there, adjacent to the FIU campus in University Park, they're actually on generator power right now because they had to switch over after there was a bump in commercial power to their operation. So I imagine, like you said, Adam, there are some wind gusts that probably produce some damage, does some power outages likely impacting here, but we're still waiting on that train of any type of reports or damage reports to come in. So this line,
and right,
whether or not, Adam,
to interrupt,
you spoke a lot about ground truth, And whether or not this line actually produced a tornado or not, we definitely know that it produced strong gusty winds as it moved through the area.
Yeah.
We were most concerned, of course, with the signature that we were seeing on the radar that was enough for the National Weather Service to issue that tornado warning.
Yeah, I am seeing just now from National Weather Service chat here, 67 mile per hour gust over there at University of Miami Health System. This was about 11:20. So those reports coming in. There it goes. The LSR, or which is acronym for Local Storm Report, just came out actually showing that right now. 67 mile per hour wind gust at 11:20 a.m. with that line of thunderstorms that was moving through. And Ryan, you could see that classic nature to that line, that bow shape, right? And when you watch these storms long enough over time, you know when you have that bow, that's where the fastest winds are, right? Where that line is bowing at, and we certainly got them. So 67 mile per hour wind gusts there. And let's see here also, no, that's it so far. That's what I'm seeing. So the report's just beginning to sprinkle in. I'm not seeing anything about any potential tornado damage, but you know, that's a slow process, as we know. But certainly we had some well-defined signatures that are looking a little bit better to my eyes as well.
Yeah, and it looks like right now the computer that's online is what I'm controlling, Adam, and I just wanted to highlight Northeast Miami-Dade at this point. Of course, we're continuing with the severe thunderstorm warning here until 11:45. This is the reflectivity mode, and that is like we're sending a signal out, and we're looking for the concentration and the reflectivity of raindrops. Okay, let's make it real simple there. And so the heaviest rain and the strong gusty winds are right now tucked away for North Miami Beach, out to North Bay Village, and that's where we could be seeing gusty winds between 50, 60 miles per hour as pretty much this line has its last gasp moving offshore across Northeast Miami-Dade County. And as we mentioned, if we could just hold tight, we're going to be in a much better situation here, even by noon across much of Metro South Florida.
And you know, it's interesting, when you get these big wind events, when you get these lines blowing out like that, they tend to move a little faster than the modeling, predicts, right? So once these wind events get going, they move so quickly. I mean, people are going to be in shock when the second half of the afternoon comes in and this stuff is out of here. But you're right. It looks like we still have some active weather pushing through Broward, sweeping through Miami-Dade, very, very quickly here. Again, just looking at our partners from the National Weather Service here. Again, that is the only wind of damage report that we're seeing so far. I'm sure there will be more. This was, again, just to the north and west, 2 miles north and west of Miami there at the University of Miami Health System. So, Ryan, we're going to be getting, another round of this, looks like on Monday, but, I want to let people know this is going to be several levels down as far as intensity goes. We've got another probably, just doing some estimates here, another maybe hour and change to go, and a lot of this is going to probably be out of here.
Yeah, and what you're seeing right now on your screen, you're going to watch this red box drop off.
There it goes.
Now we are rounding out to the bottom of the hour at 11:30. That tornado warning no longer in effect across west central Miami-Dade County. So now the focus just on the severe thunderstorm warning, Adam, that will carry us for another 15 minutes across Miami-Dade County and across southeastern Broward County. And Adam, we do want to go back and highlight a little bit of what's going on in Broward County as that line extends off in an axis to the north-northwest. And so we're talking west and southwest ranches moving into Davie and Cooper City, soon crossing 595 into Plantation, east into Melrose Park, and then eventually downtown Fort Lauderdale and Dania Beach. There'll be some gusty winds there, probably not of severe levels, but we're going to watch that. And again, Adam and I were both watching this kind of on multiple levels. We're trying to look for what the winds are doing aloft within these storms, but also the heavy rain and the threat for the gusty winds that are coming out just ahead of this main line. But I'd say, obviously well-timed with this warning, another 15 minutes, and we're going to be in the clear for any of the nasty storms in northeast Miami-Dade County.
Hey, Ryan, let's zoom in on the upper
northern end, the northern axis of this line through Broward County as it's moving swiftly, Adam. And so any of these other warnings that come out, they're going to have to keep pace with how rapid these storms are moving, because you made a good mention there. Oftentimes reality will outpace the modeling when you get into a hefty wind event.
Exactly, and it looks like there was actually a very small tornado warning in the midst of all this fire we were taking, Ryan, here in the Upper Keys. That was issued, Upper Keys, Monroe County there, expiring at 11:45. I bet you that thing is probably long gone by now. There we go. There it is. Actually, yeah, maybe let's zoom in on that. You can see it north of Key Largo there. That rotation right in through there. There's another one. So they may have actually dropped that warning. It's not plotting as a warning, or is it? Can we get that to plot?
No,
there?
It is not. No, there is no warning.
Looks like they canceled that. Exactly. So that's, yeah, so you get a lot of these little tiny rotations in here. And, this is, we talk about this a lot, right? And we continue to get humbled by these warm fronts. When these warm fronts work from south to north, you can always expect the unexpected. Although, when you see the unexpected enough, you start to get that pattern recognition. And we know when we have a warm front like this working to the north, it induces a ton of spin in the atmosphere. So not surprising at all to see a bunch of these little spin ups today.
And right now, Adam, just a close look here across central Broward County into southeastern Broward County. So there is a warning still present here. The line of storms maybe not quite as robust as it was 45 minutes ago, but certainly something we want to take note of. So Davie down through Pembroke Pines, there may be at Pines Boulevard and University, extending further off to the southeast through West Park into Hallandale Beach. Some gusty winds here and some really strong, brief, heavy rain. I want to add, Adam, we need the rain. We just don't need the severe storms that come with it.
Absolutely. Getting another report from the National Weather Service to 55 to 60 knot plus readings on velocity just north of Bay Village. Strongest winds now in that region pushing offshore. So we're definitely improving rapidly across that section of our viewing area. You see in North Miami Beach up to Pembroke Pines. That's where the heaviest rain is right now. There you go. And this is hustling to the north and east pretty quickly. You're right. No tornado warnings left. We're not seeing at this moment any strong rotation signatures. There you go. We're beginning to trim that back edge. National Weather Service definitely, having to update quickly. I mean, as soon as you issue these things, 5-10 minutes later, half the warning is invalid because of how quickly this stuff is moving to the north and east. And at times, we were tracking these storms, Ryan, moving to the north and east at 60 miles per hour a little earlier today. You can't even outrun these things.
Yeah, it was a really swift-moving, fast evolution. I think it was well-messaged, so folks were aware. And also, just have to emphasize that once this threat diminishes, we've got a much better afternoon. So, Adam, just to recap here, at 11:33, we have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for southeast Broward, northeast Miami-Dade. That will continue until 11:45. There are no active tornado warnings in effect across the NBC 6 viewing area, and the last of the strong storms should move out here by 12 o'clock, most likely, or 12:15. And so, Adam, I'm going to let you wrap this up here as we finish up our coverage with no tornado warnings in effect, no longer in effect. And, of course, remind folks that the latest updates and a look at the radar anytime on the NBC 6 app. So, Adam, I'll hand it off to you here to close this out.
All right, so what I'll do at this point is just I'll talk about basically what we can expect here going forward in time. We'll show that 7-day forecast in a second. I'm just going to click on a couple of graphics. And thank you, Ryan, for jumping on in. Always makes it easier when you can tag team these sorts of events. One guy's on air while the other one kind of looks up some data and vice versa. So always extremely helpful. I'm glad Ryan was able to chime in here. So we're going to go ahead and just show you a future tracker here in a moment. I just have it freeze framed on this spot, showing how much better it is across Miami-Dade County right now. I mean, so much better. So just bear with me here while I load up Future Tracker. Got a bunch of graphics sitting in my queue that we have to go on through. And of course, as of right now, as far as the worst of the wind damage is concerned, that 67 mile per hour wind gust there, again, just to the north and west of downtown Miami. And, that is pushing on through. So I'm just going to jump out on here one last time. And again, we are looking at much better weather across Miami-Dade County. We'll have more updates here through the afternoon. Ryan will take care of you this evening. Looks like the worst of it is through Miami-Dade. For now, it's still a little busy in Broward County. Stay safe out there.